Thanks for watching Blu-ray by Benson. This is my review of the Godzilla Showa era Criterion set, featuring 15 movies in there. This thing's monster-sized, as you would expect. Pretty big stuff, like probably twice as big, if not more, than a standard Blu-ray. Great for the classic monster there, very kaiju sized there. It's got a listing right here of all 15 movies that are included. Great artwork there on the front, really colorful, quite a unique piece to put in your collection. And this whole piece on the side, it's got nice description on the back also for what's included, what kind of bonus features are in it. So very premiere set for anyone who's a fan of this classic series. It's got everything from 1954 to 1975. So you've got over 20 years of history from this series going on there. This is even removable, so if you don't want to be part of it, maybe you don't want to damage it, maybe it just looks cleaner without it, that's completely your choice. I'm going to take it off just for easiness of opening this. On the back, you've got this cool artwork of him, let's say he's walking away. He's walking away from the city at that point, and you got the cool laser nuclear breath that he's using there on the front. So some cool stuff there all throughout. This thing is as much a book as it is a movie box set. As you can see, very much just looks like a book pretty much. In fact, when I first saw the pictures online, people would show it. I'm like, is that really a movie set? Like, this just looks like a history of the character, a lot of fan art, all that. Look at that, him taking down Tokyo as he always does. Immense fun stuff. Right here, early on, first page really, you've got a listing once again of where they all are. And in this book, it tells you about each of these. It's got a nice description of the character and his history going on throughout Japanese cinema there. So the original Godzilla movie there. Got all these other one. Raids Again. King Kong. Mothra. So many in here. There's 15. That's pretty bulky stuff. I don't know how many times Criterion has released something of this many in there. Invasion of Astro Monster. A little difficult to read these. The text is almost too bold. It makes it a little difficult to read them, but it's got all the important information. You got the cast and the important credits there. Description of it. Big artwork. One of my big critiques, though, is that none of the artwork are screenshots of the movies themselves. Nowhere in this, from what I could find, was there any screenshots of the movies themselves. Now, I will admit, I'm not a huge fan of the series. I'm not one who's watched many of these. So I definitely have some distance from the series, but I love reviewing and showing off what makes a cool box set here. We got one about his son there, then Destroy All Monsters, All Monsters Attack. So going on with those. I have like some of the newer movies, the King of the Monsters, the King Kong ones going on there. So glad we're continuing with the series in modern times. Hedorah, Gigan. So plenty of characters in there. Clearly a rich mythology. Godzilla is one of the longest running characters in all of cinema. It's hard to name anyone who has had more movies. Like James Bond doesn't even have as many going on there, and he's on number 25. Terror of Mechagodzilla. I think that's the last one in here. So got all these licensing, official stuff from Universal. So it looks great. And then over here, going again from the back, and right here you get to where the movies themselves are. So look at that, very colorful, quite a retro look to it. Matches that these are older films you're getting into. It's 8 different discs, so the first movie is on its own disc, and then all the other ones are double features there. So yeah, probably makes it easy to switch them out. All of them are Blu-ray, no 4Ks in there. One thing that's interesting is that the artwork itself sort of goes into where the discs are. So here I am removing disc 3, this nice pink one here. With a lot of these that have discs in notches like this, it's sometimes a little difficult to remove. So you can see, here I am, you can see that he is inside of the artwork. So when you remove the disc, it helps expand the artwork. And it's fun that they each have their own color, so it makes it easy when putting them back. Maybe put in a different sleeve or start watching them. It's easy to know where they all fit. Yes, this one's got Mothra versus Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, and Invasion of Astro Monster. So I guess some of them are more than two, so it goes back and forth going on there. Definitely a big set. If you're a big fan of the series there, could be a fun one to go for. And Criterion, of course, is known for premium releases like this. It is Blu-ray, not 4K, but that is, of course, high definition standard there. And I'm sure that it's probably not a huge deal for something made in that era. I'm sure 4K fans can critique me on that, but maybe that will have raised the price, and you want to make sure that's still affordable for fans to get into. I do have an issue with the size. It's hard to know where I would even put something like this. I'd have to go on the top, but because of the thinness, it would fall over. Do I just lay it on its side somewhere? Who knows? Completely up to whoever's going into it. And my other critique is that there is no artwork from the movies themselves. So you're looking at like tribute artwork stuff, which looks phenomenal. It's great looking stuff. I love this splash page here, but the fact that it almost feels like this would be more fitting if these were animated movies. There's been some cool Godzilla animated movies. So just a few thoughts of it. If you're into it, go take a look. I think there's a lot of great stuff here. So that's my thoughts on the Criterion Collection's Godzilla Showa era 1954 to 1975 15 movie collection. Thanks for watching.